Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here.
I'm such a big fan of yours.
Thanks so much.
My mom said to say hi.
Hi to your mom. Hi to her. So explain, because a lot of people know NASCAR, but people don't, because Formula One is like, it's a whole different thing. Explain the difference.
Yeah, Formula One is the pinnacle of motorsport. So for racing drivers, even NASCAR drivers, Formula One is the highest tier you can go to. NASCAR is great, and its race is on more of an oval circuit, is where we have a kind of windy infield circuit. So, and the cars are, as you can see, they're kind of very high tech, a lot faster than a NASCAR.
So how fast, and do you pull over and do the wheels in the same kind of thing?
We do stops, yeah, so the pit stops. So basically when we stop, it's kind of crazy. There's 22 people that are in this, of my crew. And I pull in, and the car goes up and down in two seconds.
But it must feel like forever for you when you're sitting there.
No, it doesn't, honestly.
No?
You literally, as soon as you stop and you pull the clutch, go up, you're back down, and you're going. So it's...
And how much does a car like that cost?
It's like 300 million a year for a team, so...
Wow.
Yeah, it's super high tech.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for your team.
Yeah, so there's obviously, there's some teams that have more money than others.
Yeah.
The most successful ones, like Ferrari and Mercedes, and then they, they have less money and they do worse, basically.
And what is yours? Mercedes?
Mercedes.
Wow.
So
that's amazing. And people don't know this, but you have to be really fit. I mean, as we saw these shirtless photos, you have to be really fit to drive. You would think that you're just driving. Because,
Exactly.
I've seen big rig drivers, and they get out, and they're not, they're driving for long, long hours, those guys.
Exactly.
But you don't see stomachs like that on them. So what, do you work out in addition to be in shape for that, or does that keep you in shape?
No, I mean, it does keep you in shape, but you do have to train for it. Yeah, most people, particularly when I introduce it to people here in America, they're like, yeah, but you just sit there and drive. But it's very physical. Basically, the race is around 2 hours, and we pull a lot of G-force.
What if you have to pee? 2 hours? What if you have to pee?
You're supposed to go in your suit, but I can't do it. I've never done it, but there are drivers that do.
Well, I'm glad you don't.
No, I don't. Yeah, me too. I just don't get it.
Yeah,
The driver that used to drive for the team was Michael Schumacher. I don't know if anyone's heard of him, but legend racing driver. And my mechanics tell me he peed every single time he was in the car.
From excitement, or?
I don't know, but yeah. So with the physicality side of it, it's you pull this G-force, which is through the corners. It's like a fighter jet, basically, and you pull 6 times your body weight. So holding your, it's all about core stability, and also you have to keep your weight low. Weight is everything. So my target, I have to be 148, 150 pounds. So I can't be big and bulky.
So like a jockey on a horse.
Exactly.
You have to. Why do you have to keep? Like, what happens if you gain a couple of pounds?
Because if you look at the car, everything's about center of gravity. So they want to get the weight as low as possible, and you're weighed with the car. So there's a weight limit, and you want to be as close to it. If you're over it, like if you're 2.2 pounds overweight, over 2 hours or an hour and a half, around 45 minutes, you can lose 3 seconds in the race.
So it doesn't sound relaxing at all. It sounds like it's. I don't know why you do it.
It's not.
That's crazy. And you are quite the ladies' man. I mean, that's your reputation is you've been with, well, I think you know who you've been with. You've been with Rihanna.
Oh, really?
Yes, you have.
Oh.
And Kendall Jenner and
really?
Lots of people. Yes. You're single now, or are you gonna? You won't be honest with me. Who am I kidding? Are you with somebody now?
I'm not.
You're not?
I was in a long relationship. I was in almost an 8-year relationship, and no, now I'm literally solely focused on my racing, trying to win this championship this year, which is definitely very trying. But no, I don't really have any plans at the moment.
Yeah, well, unless something comes up. So, and your race, is it this weekend you're racing in Austin?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow morning.
That's exciting.
So well, this is the most exciting thing for the whole year. When I heard that I could come here and see you, I was like, yeah.
Thank you. I mean, I think you're. I met you once, really briefly, in New York at the party, and but my brother-in-law was there, and he doesn't know and doesn't care about show business at all. But when he saw you, he's like, Lewis Hamilton is here. What is Lewis Hamilton? He was flipping out, so
No
he's going to
way.
be excited to see that you were on the show. But I just think you're fantastic, and it's so interesting when you learn about what it takes to race like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great guy. Lewis was going to race this weekend at Austin Grand Prix on NBC. For more information, go to our website. We'll be back. Oh, I'm so excited to meet you. My brother-in-law was trying to be here today because he has not missed one. He's been to every race except Monte Carlo.
Wow.
He's seen every single one in person. But anyway.
Monte Carlo is one he has to go to.
Of course, that is the one to go to.
Yeah.
But so Formula One, which I didn't know anything about. I started watching this series, F1 Drive to Survive, and I could not stop watching it. Explain what Formula One is, what you do, and then we'll talk about the series.
All right, so what I do, I try to drive extremely fast all around the world. And Formula One is that. It's like a traveling circus of speed and adrenaline. We go to over 20 countries a year to race, and it's just high adrenaline stuff. It's a show and it's fun. It's a sport, but one that's always quite tricky to understand as well because it's very niche.
Yeah, it's niche, but I mean, you get into it. But you were just in Austin last weekend, and now you're going to Mexico when? In a couple of...
So we have a weekend off, and then Mexico City, and then we have 3 in a row. So we go Mexico City, Sao Paulo, and then we go to Qatar.
How do you have time to, because with the jet lag and everything, and you have to be so sharp and so fit, how do you have time to adjust?
Caffeine, a little bit of melatonin to help sleep, but it's hard. You try to adjust a little bit before you get to the destination. So maybe 2 or 3 days before your flight, you try to bring your bedtime maybe an hour earlier each night to try and slowly get into it. But I think fortunately, because the sport is so intense and high adrenaline, we can normally operate pretty well with little sleep. That's what I tell myself.
Yeah, when you're making those decisions and that you're going that fast, which is how fast are you going?
In over 200 mile an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it is when they show how fast you're going when the shot is from inside the car, it's crazy. Yeah. But explain why you have to be so fit, because y'all work out like crazy. You wouldn't think, like I drive myself to work every day and I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do sit-ups or whatever, but I don't do what y'all are doing. Why do you have to be so fit?
So, well, firstly, I love how you say y'all. As you said, we were just in Austin, so I hear that a lot. I just love, was there hookem at the back? Did I see a little? So, yeah, it's intense and it's hard because you're right, a lot of people say, well, why do you need to be fit? I drive my car to work every day and it's a breeze. But we go through, so the races are about 90 minutes long, 90 minutes to 2 hours. There's what is called G-forces. So because we corner so fast, there is like 4 or 5 Gs, which they call it, on our body. And that is a force which is trying to basically pull us out of the car. So we need a lot of core strength, neck strength to basically just hold on. And we lose in pounds. We can lose up to between 8 to 10 pounds in a race.
In one race?
Yeah.
Yeah, when y'all get out, you're just soaking wet, sweating.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, and you don't even have time to think I'm thirsty or anything. You can't even think about that. And what if you have to pee? What if you drink before you get in the car?
It's a question we get asked a lot. Have you ever peed in the car? And so everyone can relate to peeing. You need to relax. And it's hard to relax driving at those speeds. So I've never done it. If you have to go, you just painfully hold on till the end. But every bump, every little curb you hit hurts.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think.
Yeah.
All right, so and so there's been 3 seasons? How many? No, 2 seasons.
On Netflix?
Yeah.
3, and they're in the middle of the 4th now.
Okay, so when will that start airing?
So normally I think it comes out the beginning of the following season. So I think our first race next year will be March. So it will maybe February, March next year.
It's amazing. I highly recommend it. Even if you think you're not going to like it, I promise you'll like it. It's called F1 Drive to Survive, and it's streaming right now on Netflix. And you can watch Daniel's next race on any F1 live streaming app. We'll be back.